abortion, that flat out should tell you, you are not right with God. You know, please someone, if someone can please tell me any sin, anything that a human being can do, any single act that a human being can do that is more vile than slaughtering an innocent baby who has no opportunity to even fight back or get out of the way. Can anyone? I'd be willing. Let's talk about just our secular courts. Let's talk about that for a second. Our secular courts. Let's say Joe is found guilty of rape, and under normal circumstances, Joe is found guilty of rape, which is a terrible, horrible crime, and let's see here, and Jerry, he's guilty of murder. Typically, who has a longer jail sentence? On average, typically, who has a longer jail sentence?
Usually the murderer.
So even our secular courts, know that murder is actually punishable, more punishable by a longer period in jail than even rape. So I would say, what's accomplished? What is accomplished by compounding the bad issue? That would make the girl actually guilty of a worse crime than the rapist. Now, I'm not saying that she was responsible for that, but again, you guys always, never once have I ever heard anyone try to defend abortion, not instantly go to rape, and the girl in the scenario keeps getting younger and younger and younger in their scenarios. I want to hear somebody defend this girl that's just sleeping around. You know, guys and girls like doing it with each other. I mean, guys and girls like doing it with each other, and they don't want to have any repercussion of their actions. They just want to have sex and do it, and they don't, if they get an STD, it's like, hey, doc, can you take away that problem from me? They get venereal diseases, and they're like, hey, doc, can you give me something to treat this? I don't want to have a repercussion to all my loose sex. And then they find out they have a baby. They find out they're pregnant with some guy's baby. They don't even remember the guy's name. They were drunk at the bar when they were sleeping with them. And they're like, I don't want to have that loser's baby. I got to go to college. I can't have this baby. And then they kill it. That's murder. That's pure murder. It's so selfish. It's so selfish. I'd have more respect for a girl who showed up to the festival with a big nasty knife and started chopping up a 4-year-old. Find a 4-year-old in the crowd and start chopping up the 4-year-old with the knife. I'd actually have more respect for a girl who would do that. At least the 4-year-old had maybe a little bit of a chance to run away or to cry for help or to defend itself maybe. Maybe it could get in one good punch. Oh, but the baby inside the mother's womb, those little arms and those little legs can't fight back for itself. Yeah, they got little arms. Let me tell you. Yeah, when the abortion doctor does the abortion, he's got to make sure that 2 legs came out and 2 arms came out before they can say the abortion's done. They do have little arms and they do have little legs, but they're not strong enough to fight against the abortionist blade and suction tube. And he's trapped. The little baby is trapped inside the womb, has nowhere to go. It's just trapped. It can't get out of the way. And it can't scream for help from anyone. And the dad, the father of that baby, where's the father of that baby while the abortion is happening? The father of the baby is probably trying to get some other girl drunk and sleep with her at the time that the girl's having the abortion. He slipped her $300 to have an abortion. He's done with her, and he's moved on to his next conquest. So the guy, the father of the baby, who's supposed to be the defender of the innocent, the defender of those less, the weak. That's what a man's supposed to do, is be a defender of the innocent, a defender of the weak. And that guy just hit it and ran, and he's off to his next conquest. And what about the mother? The mother who's supposed to nurture that child and protect that child and take care of that child. The mother's the one who paid for the abortion. The mother's the one who signed the paperwork and told the doctor, let's do it. Let's get this thing done. Let's get this thing out of me. The mother. If you've reached a point where if a mother is willing to slaughter her own baby, understand that your heart is wicked. Your heart is wicked. You're not making a choice. You're slaughtering a baby. And I can't think of any person on the face of the earth who is worse than that. Charles Manson actually really wasn't the killer. He just convinced other people to kill. But even at Helter Skelter, Charles Manson, at least they were killing adults. At least they were killing adults who maybe had a chance to fight back a little bit. So we think of Helter Skelter and Charles Manson as the worst that there could possibly be. But I think someone having abortion is far worse. And you know what? I think people that have an abortion, I think they're worse than the Nazis. I say if you have had an abortion, you are worse than the Nazis. Because at least the Nazis killed other people's kids. The Nazis at least had enough of a moral code to not kill their own kids. I mean, the Nazis were horrible, but they only killed other people's kids. You're killing your own kids. You're worse than a Nazi. Yes, do you have a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
We all came from a black church. We're really religious. All our family believes abortion isn't right, okay?
Good.
Okay, let me tell you. What is your opinion on these women that are getting raped, they're getting impregnated, and they want to have an abortion? Are you condemning them to hell because they get raped?
Okay, once again, well, the one girl did answer this. Let me have you answer this.
Okay.
Even though, now, let's first off go again with the statistic that even by Planned Parenthood's own numbers, the cases of abortion because of rape and incest is less than 1/2 of 1% of the cases. So it's actually, although it's horrific, and I don't downplay the fact that it happens and that it's very, very horrific, but I just want to, preface it with the fact that that doesn't count for 99.5%. Just a second. So even in the case of someone getting pregnant and raped, answer this. Don't do a sidetrack. Don't go down the rabbit trail. Don't say something else. Answer this question. Even in the case of rape, what did the baby do to deserve death?
The baby is not alive.
It most certainly is alive.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me talk about what you said earlier. You said
What did the baby do to deserve death?
What you said earlier, then I'll get to that. You said it was a minority on people getting raped and impregnated and then they have abortion.
Yeah, it's less than 1/2 of 1%.
You're not supporting a selective abortion ban. You're letting.
Well, let's say this. I would be okay if as a starting point, and again, you didn't answer my question, but we'll come back to it.
I told you I was coming back.
I would be fine with if we had a starting point of abolishing, outlawing every single abortion except for the case of rape and incest. That would be a good starting point at least. Now, that would abolish 99.5% of all abortions. That's a good start. I call that a really good start. And then we'll try to win people's hearts over to also include the rape and incest thing. So again, now answer my question. What did the baby do to deserve death?
The baby is not killing the baby. The baby's
Yeah,
alive.
yeah.
That's not been.
If you're not killing the baby, then there's no need to do an abortion. By show of hands, has any woman out here ever been to a baby shower? Anyone have you been to a baby shower? Was the baby inside the mother or outside?
I'd like to
What's that? Inside. Why did you go to a baby shower?
Well, that's
What?
I'd like to say
Support the mother. Support the
Why was it called a baby shower? You said that that it was still inside of her. Why was it called a baby? That's right. Is it a baby?
What happens when she
Is it a baby inside her? Then would killing it be murder?
And why doesn't you say
It wouldn't.
rape?
You said it's a baby. You went to a baby shower to support the mother. She's not a mother if there's not a child.
Why doesn't this
You
say
said it was a
rape?
baby shower. You said it was a baby, but you said then it's okay for her to kill it.
Sir.
It's okay for her to kill the baby? You said it's a baby. So is it okay to kill it? Anyone else been to a baby shower? Why go to a baby shower if it's not a baby? When you go to a baby shower, it's still inside of her. It's a baby. That's why you go to a baby shower. How about people who have these gender reveal parties? Oh, thank you. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. How about people who have gender reveal parties? Can anybody think of anything that's inside of you that has a gender that's separate from you? Anybody think of what do we know? What do we know that grows inside of a woman that actually has a gender? Anything grow inside of a woman that has what grows inside of a woman that has a gender? What's that? Your boyfriend? What grows inside of a woman that has a gender? See, they have gender reveal parties, gender reveal parties before the baby's born. Hello, how are you? Good to see you again. They have gender reveal parties before the baby's born. If it's not a baby, how does it have a gender? If it's an unviable tissue mass, I've never heard of an unviable tissue mass. I've never heard, people name their kids. People name their kids before they're born. Just a second. People name their kids before they're born. Why are you naming something that's not a baby? See, you know it's a baby. See, when the mother wants the kid, they say it's a baby inside of her. She's like 5, 6 months pregnant, has a baby shower. She has a baby shower because she wants it. So all the other ladies show up and they're so happy and joyous for her baby that's only been in there for 5 or 6 months, and they have a baby shower because they know it's a baby inside her. But if that same woman, that same day, decided, I am not ready for this kid, it'll be too expensive, whatever reason she comes up with, and she wants to go to an abortion doctor to have the thing chopped up and sucked out of her womb, then that's just a choice. So it's a baby if you want to keep it, but it's an unviable tissue mass if you don't want it. No, you don't get to play that game. It's a baby regardless. And if you kill a baby, that's murder. If you kill a baby, you're wicked, you're evil, you need to repent, you need to get your heart right with God. Him first, and then you. What was your question?
Pregnancy is a topic and it has a chance of killing the mom.
Then have a C-section. Have a C-section. C. Everett Koop, the Surgeon General during the Reagan administration, spent decades as an OBGYN, and he said he knew of no, in his decades of OBGYN practice, he knew of no instance where the mother's life and the baby's life were just fine with having a C-section. Have a C-section. Women have C-sections every day. The mother will live, the baby will be fine. That's good. Now if a baby were to die, because of complication or so, and it's a stillbirth, that's not abortion at that point. But when you take a perfectly fine baby and you say, that baby, that human inside of me that I helped create, that's really going to be an inconvenience. I don't really have the finances, or it's really going to hit my career, or I'm not going to be able to graduate on time for that baby, so you get rid of it. How wicked that you place your own narcissistic needs over a human life. It's wicked. Yes, what is your question?
For one, I don't consent to be filmed.
Well, too bad. Walk away. There's no expectation of privacy in a public setting. Walk away if you don't want to be filmed.
Do you have a daughter?
I do have a daughter. Yes, I do. I have a daughter and a son. And my daughter doesn't kill babies. My daughter doesn't kill babies. That's good. That's good.
Please,
All right. Great. Yes. Okay. I have a daughter. Yes. What is your question?
She comes home and she says someone help her daughter. She probably active or could make her have that baby.
If my daughter were to get raped and she didn't want to keep it, her mother and I would say, give me my grandchild. I will take that grandchild. And not only do I make that offer to my own daughter, but I make that offer to every woman out here today. Every woman out here today, I make you this offer. If you plan on slaughtering your baby, I will take it. If you plan on slaughtering your baby, I make this vow to you today, I will take it. If my daughter got pregnant and didn't want her child, I would say, Mom and I want our grandchild. I'd love and raise my grandchild as our own. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. I wouldn't want my daughter to kill my grandchild. That'd be terrible. I don't have any grandkids yet. I wouldn't want her to kill my first grandchild. Wouldn't want him to kill any of them. Yes.
What about all the kids who are currently in foster care and need subs? Are you doing anything to support them?
What about kids in foster care? Should we have let them be killed instead of being in foster care? Would have been better for them. What about the kids in foster care, she says? Would have been better for them to just be killed. Oh my goodness. This mom might end up putting a child in foster care. Oh, go do this. Maybe on Monday, let's get a group together, and on Monday, let's go to a foster home, and let's one by one ask each of the kids, would you prefer to be dead right now? Would you prefer to be dead than to be here in this foster home? Let's go. Let's take a field trip. Let's take a field trip to the poorhouse. Let's take a field trip to the foster home, and let's ask the kids, would you prefer to be dead than to be here in this foster home? I'm not a betting man, but I'm gonna bet that none of the kids would say they'd prefer to be dead than to be in that foster home. Last night I had a young man who was defending abortion because he said, what if the woman who's having the child, she's really poor and she's going to raise that kid in a poor household? Wouldn't it be better for that kid not to be raised poor? That's so wicked. That's so wicked. That kid is literally saying that child would be better off dead than poor.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your heart? You're saying yes? You're so wicked. You're so evil and wicked. You need to get your heart right with God. Don't you see? Why don't you go down to the soup kitchen and slit somebody's throat so that they don't have to deal with being poor? Let's go to the soup kitchen. Go to the soup kitchen and slit some throats of those poor people since you think they're better off dead than poor. You wouldn't do that. You know how abominable that is, but yet you're okay with doing it to an innocent baby. At least the homeless guy might have a chance to fight back. Maybe he'd have a chance to fight back a little bit, but that poor baby doesn't.